Hello, everyone, and welcome to this brand showcase session with DreamHack and NLC together with Mastercard. Really great to be participating in another awesome ESI event. I'm here together with Jessica Stålhbom, Head of Marketing at Mastercard, and also James Herring from the agency Octagon. I will let Jessica do a short introduction of herself and also James.
Thank you, Nasim. Hi, everybody. My name is Jessica Stålhbom, and I have worked for Mastercard a little over 2 years. I'm truly glad to attend this amazing event today. In my role today, I'm responsible for the Nordics and Baltics, working within both business to consumer, business to business, business to consumer. So together with all our banks and customers in these markets. Really excited to be able to partner up here with DreamHack and Octagon around NLC and League of Legends here in the Nordics. Yeah, James.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. I am James Herring. So I am an esports account manager at Octagon. And I sort of have two key roles.
I can't hear James, but...
Oh, no. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, great.
Oh, brilliant. So I don't know if anyone else heard that, but apparently my fellow speakers couldn't. So I am James Herring. I work at Octagon, where I sort of have two key roles. The first is I sit on the Mastercard global team, so overseeing everything that Mastercard does in esports around the world. And then I specialize in Europe. So I'm based in London, so I help all the local markets here sort of develop esports strategies and then help them execute them.
Yes, thank you, Jessica and James. And again, we're happy for this opportunity, and we will be presenting how Mastercard and the NLC entered into this partnership. We're going to tell you a bit about NLC, what it is, so you all guys get to know what we are speaking about. A short background regarding NLC. It's a regional tournament within League of Legends, and DreamHack has a history and a great relationship with Riot Games since the early days of League of Legends. And we host a lot of grassroots tournaments on our events around the world. And as many of you know, League of Legends is a widely popular game amongst the community of gamers, and also the world's largest esports. In the recent year, we have been organizing something that has been called Nordic Championship, being only a Nordic region's top-level League of Legends league, and also a part of the EU Masters circuit. Maybe not all of you, or maybe some of you know that the first actual Worlds was held at DreamHack Summer 2011, and for DreamHack it's a great honor and also a recognition for us that Riot Games decided or wanted to hold the first Worlds at our event. And also it's an honor to partnering with Riot Games and League of Legends in the creation of this new regional league, the Northern League of Legends Championship, which is a long-term partnership where we want to create a more stable ecosystem for the players, fans, teams around League of Legends. And we just recently finished the first season, and that's something that we're going to show you guys in a moment. The structure of the NLC is that it's the official League of Legends league for the Nordics, UK, and Ireland, and it's also a part of the European regional league circuit, so it connects to the European Masters. And we will show you a bit what that is.
top 2 teams from each national league will compete in the Telia Masters. The top 2 teams of the Telia Masters will then compete in the relegation series against the bottom 2 teams from the NLC to attempt to secure slots in the NLC. The NLC features 12 teams that are divided into 2 divisions. During 7 weeks, they compete in double best-of-1 round-robin games. The top 4 teams of each division will be seeded into a double elimination bracket. The top 2 from the division play going into the upper. The next 3rd and 4th will go into the lower. The 5th place team will be eliminated, but remain in the NLC for next season. The 6th place team in each group will need to compete in the relegation series to keep their slots in the NLC. The playoffs are played in BO3 format. The top 4 teams will take the stage at a live event, competing for their share of the 1 million Swedish krona to be awarded, and to be crowned the NLC champion.
Okay. So to give you a short background and brief about Mastercard entering sports, Jessica will tell you more about how and what made Mastercard enter into this space.
Yeah, thank you, Nasim. So what made Mastercard enter esports? Well, we're very focused on connecting people through their passions like sports, arts, films, and music. And then esports, with its fast-paced growth, complements our world-class sponsorship portfolio, actually. So esport is attracting people, obviously, all over the world, across races, genders, and cultures. And similar to other partners, esport has millions of passionate, engaged fans. I think somewhere around 380 and 400 million around the globe, which is a lot. So this makes a great opportunity for us at Mastercard to be one of the first mover in this space and sort of establish ourselves as a trusted, authentic brand within League of Legends and the community around it. And also to bring new thinking and experience to a new set of customers. And it's also a right fit for our evolving cardholder base and to build a brand by driving preference and connecting Mastercard to a super highly engaged gaming community. I also do believe that we could contribute to engage with both players, fans, and audiences and create passions and engagement amongst them all. And the trend is super clear. We're heading towards an explosive growth. And a new report from CTA predicts that we globally, I think in 2022, we will have a viewership up about 674 million people. I mean, you can't really take in how many people are engaged and are watching esports. It's amazing. So why League of Legends? Well, not only is League of Legends one of the most played PC game in the world, it has a tremendous global reach, both from player but also viewer perspective, and also been a premier brand in sports and entertainment for a long time. League of Legends is different from a lot of other games. It's a fantasy-based game and focus on reward strategy, teamwork, and sportsmanship, like many of our other Mastercard sponsor and partnerships. It's rated T for teen. There's shooting and explosions, but it's a non-graphic animation and it's not considered as a violent realism game. And we also think that League of Legends also helped shape the market and modern esports over the past 10 years. Our Mastercard Priceless.com platform is built around connecting people all around the world through their passions, whether it's within music, film, sports, or other entertainment. So we're super excited about the experience and benefits we think we can bring to this community, both in game and to the million of League of Legends fans that watch and attend the tournaments each year. So with this being a new sort of sector for Mastercard since I think it was 2018, we really had to develop a new strategy within this. So, and I think, James, you can cover that for us and talk more about what did we do? What is the new strategy for Mastercard?
I definitely can. Thank you very much, Jessica. So yeah, about 3 years ago, Mastercard sort of came to Octagon and said that we they were interested in sponsoring esports, but they had no experience or had not done this sort of thing before. And when you compare it to other properties that sort of Mastercard sponsors, so like the Champions League, they're very, very different to esports. And I think that was something that we had to get across and was very important to understand very early on, that an esports fan is very different to a traditional sports fan. And therefore, if you want to speak to them in the correct way, or you want to be engaging and authentic, then you really need to sort of immerse yourself in their world. So one of the first things we did was we did stakeholder interviews with sort of Riot, with Mastercard, with fans, with influencers, anyone we could sort of talk to, we did. And I think the really interesting insight that we got from sort of all these interviews, which again was very different to traditional sports, is that esports fans, and specifically League of Legends fans, feel like they have had a direct impact on esports growing to the success it is today. So if you think of a football fan, for example, I am an Arsenal fan, but I wasn't there when Arsenal was created. Whereas I am also a G2 fan, and I can remember the very first time that G2 was created. And so being on that journey of seeing players sort of playing in basements with a curtain in between them, like all the way up to the biggest sort of stages in the world, like that is an amazing feeling that a fan would, like that pride that a fan would feel is something that we really wanted to sort of not only speak to, but also reward and sort of celebrate that investment into the world. So this has become a starting point for everything Mastercard does in esports, both globally and locally. It's putting the fans first and deciding how, as a non-endemic brand, can we really enhance the experience for esports fans. And so we sort of do that in a multitude of ways. I think the NLC is a great example this year of how we've done it through sort of digital assets. So running a sort of prize scheme week in, week out. And obviously during sort of a pandemic, that's ideal. But sort of next year, I think the plans, and something Mastercard is really sort of prides itself on, is live experiential activations. So at DreamHack next year, I'm sure Mastercard will have a massive presence there, because at Worlds each year, we've now sort of invented or implemented this fan sort of fun fair almost, which started in Korea, called the Mastercard Nexus. And it just gave fans an opportunity to come and get closer to the game, whether that was through interviews by talking to pro players or streaming at our streaming booths. All these different things sort of tie into what Jessica mentioned about passion points and really nailing that. And so with the Nexus being such a hit, we were able to bring it to Paris last year. And so what we want to do going forward is making sure that we are bringing these sort of amazing events or amazing experiences where a fan can actually go to an event and really understand how Mastercard has enhanced that event for them. So with that being said, I thought I'd just throw it back over to Jessica to talk a little bit more about the NLC and Mastercard.
Yeah, thank you, Jane. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm very glad to introduce Mastercard as one of the largest brands in the world and to be able to drive the development within esports event, even in the Nordic markets. Esports is growing globally and it's growing super fast. And from a Nordic perspective, we can clearly see that the trends follow as well in the Nordics. Excuse me. With millions of people engaging within esports, the Nordic countries is very mature. The region, as most of you probably already know, has several game publishers, high-profile gaming streamers, players, and teams, as well as market-defining owners of leagues and events. Sorry, like DreamHack. This makes the Nordics a particularly relevant region to survey and understand and operate for a brand like Mastercard to part in and develop the esports and gaming. Yes. So
Yeah,
how does Yeah, do you want to continue, James, please? Or do you want me to continue?
I think it was Nasim that was going to interrupt, actually. Tut, Nasim.
Yeah,
Dennis.
please go ahead, Nasim, before I continue.
Yeah, I just want to recognize what you said. You know, the Nordics has been pioneering the esports and gaming industry for many years. And when we got in touch and started to discuss this opportunity, the big question was how NLC fits into Mastercard's global and also regional and future esports strategy. And James, you've been working with the global initiative when it comes to Mastercard and entering esports. If you could share your experiences and also like how do you see NLC fit into this?
Yeah, and it's a really great question. So I think when Mastercard first sponsored the 3 major global League of Legends events, one of the things we quickly realized after sort of the first year and a half was we absolutely loved working in esports. And the bigger thing was we wanted to be able to engage or to sort of chat to fans on a year-long basis. And the problem is when your sponsorship is built around 3 global events, it means that your year is quite tentpole in the sense when the World Championship's happening, everyone is aware that Mastercard is involved in esports. But what about the rest of the year round? Like when all these regular seasons are taking place, if Mastercard doesn't have a presence there, then we just worried that were we doing our sort of investment into esports justice? And so actually what we've started to do is partner with local leagues, and DreamHack being one of them, because this enables Mastercard to be at the forefront of people in this region who love esports minds. And so we can actually activate or reward fans all year round now. So that Nordics isn't the only country we're doing this in. We also sponsor the LCS in North America, and we have a Latin American league as well. So we are slowly building these out. And then for DreamHack specifically, I think the really exciting thing was obviously DreamHack has such a rich history with esports, sort of going back 10 plus years. So I think what we really wanted there was to sort of lean on their expertise and sort of their understanding of the market to help us better understand what we can bring to them and how we can sort of enhance this experience for fans in the Nordics.
Yeah, and Jessica, you covering the Nordic and Baltics, and also coming into this partnership together with your colleagues in the UK. How would you describe that NLC fits into the Mastercard Global and regional, and also the future esports strategy?
Yeah, well, it's already pretty obvious why esports from a global perspective is relevant due to the both amount of players but also viewers. But we can definitely see that the high interest here in the Nordics, I think with over approximately 1.3 million people interested in watching esports, and this is growing fast here as well. So definitely esport is here to stay in the Nordics. So when you guys at DreamHack introduced the NLC tournament to us, it was pretty given that this was the right partner to collaborate with, and together with our different strengths, we could create the most engaging, interactive, and the most priceless events possible. So the ambition we have is really to engage with the fans and players to build our brand even in this region, as well as attracting our customers, the banks, the card issuers, and other potential important stakeholders to partner up with us to drive card transaction and to build, their brand together with us, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when we started discussing this partnership and the kind of integrations we would be able to develop and establish uniquely for Mastercard, This was pre-COVID-19, so the intentions, just as you said, James, was also to activate Mastercard through live experiences, and then we faced this challenge of doing only online tournaments, but together with Mastercard and their agencies in Sweden, Humblestorm, and also where you are, James, at Octagon, we brainstormed and explored some different activations and solutions, of course, with regards to the NLC, but also the objectives of Mastercard. And the big challenge was, how could we create a sustainable partnership with activations that has a natural connection to the game, but also that engages the fans to participate in something outside the actual game and the broadcast, but still connected to the overall experience, which Mastercard seeks to enhance. How could we create something that captures the audience, progress over time, and that increase the brand awareness and engagement, which are two main objectives for Mastercard? So we came up with a few solutions that are based on the goal difference, play of the match, instant replay, play of the day, and also the Sonic brand. The Sonic brand is something that Mastercard uses in many sponsorships and activations, and also quite uniquely how we could incorporate it in these segments. So we're going to show you these activations that we have created together with Mastercard. The goal difference is connected to Mastercard's main business as a financial service company, and also known amongst the target audience as a payment card provider. How could we utilize this segment from the gameplay, where the teams earn gold, which is a vital part in the overall performance of the team. This is a segment that we created and also connected the Sonic brand. So we're going to show you how this looks like, and this also puts Mastercard in the right context, presenting a financial value in the game.
Have just slowed them down substantially. They've only got 2 dragons in their pocket. It's 4 minutes until the next one spawns. Baron isn't really a prospect right now. And as you can see from the gold graph, for the early sections of the game, it was very back and forth.
Yeah, it's been really up and down here for the side of Munster, but it's still a tight game.
So you could hear in the beginning of the insert coming into screen the Sonic brand, and also you can see directly the feedback and the comments from the viewers watching the NLC, thanking Mastercard and interacting with the brand live. The other segment that we also introduced was Play of the Match, which is a segment after the broadcast days has ended, where the showcasters and analysts presents Play of the Match sequence brought to you by Mastercard, and also gives Mastercard another exclusive segment to connect with NLC and the League of Legends in a deeper connection to the actual performance in the game, and also a value with the casters and analysts of the game.
It's just, I'm going to quickly double check the results. Yeah, I know, my brain's frazzled at this point in time. So obviously we had the first game of the day where Fnatic Rising beat Dusty. It was not the easiest. We had the Monster Rugby Gaming game, which also was not particularly easy for what we would have considered the favorite team.
So what you can hear here is a unique Sonic brand that Mastercard created exclusively for League of Legends, and it just was 100% match to also include that in this play of the match sequence. Another sequence that we also developed was the instant replay, where we wanted to capture the audience during the gameplay, and also creating a consistency, as it's an instant insert. It's faster. It's taking place live in the broadcast, and connects Mastercard with exceptional performances in the match. And here you just can see that Mastercard is the exclusive sponsor being exposed during this segment. And together with the play of the match and the instant replays, we created this giveaway reward structure that James was telling a bit about in the beginning. So play of the day, where Mastercard wants to reward and give something back to the fans, to the community, and also interact with them digitally on social media, which is outside the actual tournament and the broadcast. The reward structure is increasing for each week, so we create an incentive for the fans to actually tune in every week and also engage with this Mastercard exclusive promotion, and also seeing the feedback from the community on social media, thanking Mastercard and NLC for this great rewards. And also connected to Mastercard Nexus and Mastercard UK social media, we could expand the reach and get even more people and fans to connect. And in the finals, we presented a grand prize, a digital priceless experience, where we invite the fans to participate, having the chance of winning a digital experience with QuickShot, one of the biggest casters in League of Legends world. And we could clearly see how the engagement was increasing for each week in the rewards, and also just a final view of the results when it comes to viewership, minutes watched on the NLC, and peak concurrent viewers. So for a first season, this is extremely good results, and we are happy to have Mastercard on board as our partner, being contributing to the overall success. That's all for me, and we got some questions here. We got a minute, and we can be quite quick here. Have you noticed a lot more registrations or applications for Mastercard after joining the league campaign? Basically, has there been a good noticeable ROI? From someone in the audience.
Sorry, Nasim,
Jessica.
was the question if we could clearly see more applicants for Mastercard? Was that the question?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Well, to be honest, the tournament ended on Sunday, and actually the cardholders are applying through the banks and not directly through us. So we cannot really see that at the moment. But interesting and a very good question. So let me reach out to our customers to see if they can see any increase in card applications among the younger people potentially. Yeah, so we don't know yet. We can't really see that since it's too early after the event took place.
I don't know if we get time to cover any more questions. but we can go on. We have a question. Are there any reports as to the brand collaboration that we can access to approach similar banks in different regions? Well, I'm not really sure. As Mastercard is not a bank, it's a card or a bank card provider. But there are, and then we got the last question.
That I know other banks have done in Europe. I don't really recall what market, France potentially, where we have a card issuer that actually created a passion card, a League of Legends card specifically targeting this audience. So it would be a dream if some of the Nordic or Baltics bank would be the first issuer to actually issue a League of Legends MasterCard. That would be amazing.
Yes, and we've got a final question here from Kevin Chong. What other ways do you see Mastercard integrating themselves into esports experience, similar to the rewards offered during the 2019 League of Legends Worlds?
Shall I take this one?
Maybe yeah.
Awesome. No, that is a great question. I think it's really exciting. The first thing I'd say is that I can't give too much details about what we're going to be doing at Worlds 2020, just because we haven't announced it yet. But there is some really exciting stuff that Riot themselves are now allowing partners to do. So for example, the Summoner's Rift banners, I don't know if anyone's seen them, but they have actually implemented sort of sponsorship boards in game now. So during matches where we'll be visible. And that is going to be a bigger aim for us going forward in this sense of running activations around in-game moments. So similar to what we do with the NLC, where it's a play of the game, we're hoping to run that something similar for the World Championships going forward, which would basically mean when something very exciting happens in game, you as a viewer at home are rewarded for that moment. And so it sort of gamifies the viewing experience a little bit. And I think that's something that we're going to focus quite heavily on in the next sort of year or two.
Great. Thank you, James, for sharing. That's all for us. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.
Thank you. It was
Thank
really
you
nice
very much.
meeting you. Thank you. Bye.